March 24th. It's Sunday. So we're going to be doing an episode of Sunday Sima out of the ancient military text, Methods of the Sima. We've got more military text coming up, but we're going to make it through the Woozy and the Methods of the Sima. Right now we're on verse 7 of chapter 2, the righteousness of the emperor. If the five weapons are not brought together, there will be no gain. Long weapons are used for long-range defense, while short weapons are used for protection at close quarters. If a weapon is too long, then it is difficult to attack. If it is too short, then it will not reach the enemy. If it is too light, then it will be nimble but feeble and will lead to chaos. If it is too heavy, then it will be clumsy and of no use. So just like yesterday, we're talking about knowing where we're at in our terrain and knowing what positions are good to fight. We also need to know what weapons we're fighting with, right? Don't bring a knife to a gunfight isn't just a cute little thing for rappers to say in their songs. Don't bring a knife in a gunfight means make sure that you're bringing the right apples to apples logic to whatever situation you're encountering, in the sense of you can't be isolating variables in your argument to prove a point. You can't be conveniently ignoring certain facts, and you can't be ignorant to the fact that if facts are made aware to you and new truths are made aware to you, that you can't just simply hold to steadfastly to something that is from your past in a way. And so knowing what weapons to bring is being situationally aware, but also knowing what skills you have from your past in order to accomplish the task at hand. Let's go over to the Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman. Get a copy of this if you don't. It should be on your. I've got two. One's in my car. It's fantastic. So March 24th. There is philosophy in everything. Eat like a human being, drink like a human being, dress up, marry, have children, get politically active, suffer abuse, bear with a headstrong brother, father, son, neighbor, or companion. Show us these things so that we can see that you truly have learned from the philosophers. Epictetus Discourses 3.21.5 to 6. Plutarch, a Roman biographer as well as an admirer of the Stoics, didn't begin his study of the greats of Roman literature until late in life. But as he recounts in his biography of Demosthenes, he was surprised at how quickly it all came to him. He wrote, "It wasn't so much that the words brought me into a full understanding of events as that somehow I had a personal experience of the events that allowed me to follow closely the meaning of the words." This is what Epictetus means about the study of philosophy. Study, yes, but go live your life as well. It's the only way that you'll actually understand what any of it means. And more important, it's only from your actions and choices over time that it will be possible to see whether you took any of the teachings to heart. Be aware of that today when you are going to work, going on a date, deciding who to vote for, calling your parents in the evening, waving to your neighbor as you walk to the door, tipping the delivery man, saying goodnight to someone you love. All of that is philosophy. All of it is experience that brings meaning to the words. I love this in a lot of ways. So first, it's saying that it's in how you treat other people and how you act, right? Not what you think. Because I think so many of us can spend so much time admonishing ourselves for the way that we think. And we just have to remember that I am not my thoughts. I am how I treat other people. And other people are what make you you and what make your life worth living. And so it's not about, again, the way that we think. I am not my thoughts. That's why so much great art exists, because people realize that they're not their thoughts, but they're able to bring it to life. Otherwise, we wouldn't have some of the great movies and TV shows and artworks and books that we have. But I think, but the other thing that came to me too was um, talking about not only what you read, but living your life as well. So much of my early life in school, in college, in my early jobs was so much of book learning. I don't know how else to put it. You kind of always get sidelined for not being quite old enough, quite whatever. And at a certain age, that becomes moot. At a certain age, there is a defensiveness in that, oh, you're so young. Yeah, but you're so old and we're all the right, so just be careful when you delineate that. Age does not always mean age and experience do not always mean correct or right. Just like we're talking about knowing when to bring a gun to a knife fight and a knife to a gunfight, you also have to study the terrain and be able to read the room, just as we were learning in the art of war. And so it's bringing these things together that say, okay, we can understand that being learned, right? Teaching ourselves, the book learning, the schooling, we need to do that as much as we can when we can, because when it comes time for warfare, we have the strategy in place to fall back on. But we can't just rely on it either. We have to trust the experience and we have to remain open to adjusting our strategy in the heat of the moment, because what the whole the whole trifecta of the methods of the Sima, the art of war, and the Daily Stoic is to say that it's not only being able to analyze the situation, it's also having the experience and knowing that you are at least going to be directionally correct and make the right call.